Hi again, everyone. Mike Allegre on FullAccessSports.com and our weekly feature this week with one of the Lady Bearcats, and sitting next to me is one of the two seniors on this team, Alexa Beeson. No, it's not Alexi or it's not anything else. It's Alexa, but we're just going to call her Beeson here for tonight because she's used to that. And this is a young lady that I got a chance to know, along with her twin sister, Becca, who's on the team, Becca Josephson. You guys are always mistaken for cousins or sisters or something, aren't you?
Yeah, we have a jar actually for a coach. Every time she mixes up our name, she's got to put a quarter in it, and we've got about probably $100 in there at this point.
Really? So a little bit of fun money.
Yeah, exactly. So after the season, we're going to go crazy.
Well, speaking of the season, here we are not even halfway through the Northwest Conference season. Last year it was 2 full wins with 2 that we really let get away. The year before that, we let 1 get away, and we only had 1 win. Big changes happened when Coach came in. She's in her 2nd season. Before we get to the exuberance of the recent W and heading down the stretch and trying to get 4 or 5 or more wins, the culture's changed. Things have come around. As a senior, you've seen a lot come and go. New coach, old coach 2 years ago, new coach the last 2 years. How's it changed?
Well, generally, with the new coach last year, it was adapting to a whole new system. And so that came down to having to kind of accept the changes and be willing to change and go with it. And that was really hard because we were all set in a system in a way, and having to change when you're set is very difficult. But we've all kind of let go and been able to be vulnerable and go with the change, and that's worked in our favor. And as long as we're all doing it together and at the same time, which is how we're the strongest, then we're great. And since everyone's doing that, we've seen it come together. This year, last year a little bit, but it's slowly, and it's like a trend over these past 2 years, even though it's only been 2. It still has happened.
Of course, you probably know Coach Sweetener's background, all-state player, played with the Ducks, has been an assistant in various places. She brings a lot of breadth as a coach to a head coaching job, I think.
Oh, yeah. I haven't had a coach like Peg at all. She has a lot of confidence in us, and we've gained each other's trust, and so we've developed a good relationship, each player and her, and ourselves as a team with her, and so we can work from that now. We can put in new plays, we're disciplined, and there's just so many more options that we can go with, as on the court, off the court, and then it all comes together.
This interview follows a recent win, the 3rd win of the season, which is 1 more win than they had all of last season. 3 wins, first conference win over Pacific, up by 14 at half. Win by 3, almost tied, went to overtime, but the feeling whether a W is a good W.
Oh, yeah. We've had, like you said, 3 wins so far this season, and each one, you can't explain the feeling, especially when our program has just been changing, and now we're experiencing these wins and getting them under our belt. It's an extreme, burst of energy, and there's nothing like it, and especially with our, we're not used to it, so it's even more special.
And it does. You can tell by the way you play. You are playing more like a team. As you look at being a senior, you and Becca, the only 2. In fact, the poster for the women's basketball program has these 2 on it. That was a quick 4 years, or was it?
Yeah. I think Becca and I find ourselves, especially now that it's 2nd semester, we're going through stretches and we're just like, where did it go? 4 years ago, we were sitting here, we had a whole different team. We've gotten to where we are, and it's just scary. We try not to talk about it.
It can choke you up a little bit, especially if you're emotionally attached. But one of the things you've done, not only just play basketball as well as go to classes, if you will. Last year, you spent 6 months in South America. Where did you go? What did you do? And why?
So last spring, I went to Chile in South America. It's the skinny long one down there. And I went down there to further my language. So I'm a Spanish minor. Was going to go for a major, but I wanted to just focus on knowing the language rather than writing papers about it, I guess, if that kind of makes sense. So it was more so about being able to communicate and having conversations and understanding the culture. And I'd gotten to the point in my career with the language I knew that only going down there and being immersed in the culture was going to get me to where I wanted to be. And by no means that I wasn't going to be fluent, but just knowing how they interact and being there, it was a totally different thing.
And what did you learn? What did you get from it?
Just the different cultures, the different traditions they have. It changes from each country down in South America. It changes from America completely. And just developing relationships with people and being able to communicate in different languages and have those relationships is just incredible. It's really special.
What did it do for you other than give you that well-rounding feeling of now I see another culture? What else did it do for you?
Well, I mean, I was completely independent. I'd never been away from home for 6 months. I'm a pretty local kid. I have a twin sister, and I've never been away from her that long, my older brother as well. And so it really made me be on my own and take risks and travel like I wouldn't before. I traveled alone for a period of time, and that was something I'd never do. So
what will you be doing with your education? You're a senior. You've got the Spanish minor, but you've got the major. And where do you want to go? What are you doing with it?
Originally, I was looking into being a doctor, going into medicine, and I still think I'm in the medical field. I want to be in that. But I'm thinking more of a physician's assistant or nursing now. Within OBGYN, something just women's health is I'm really interested in. If I can use my Spanish, that would be even better. I know it's a really necessary language these days, and it's fun, and so we'll see. But women's health seems really fun.
I think if you can get a bilingual job, more than likely you will be paying off the student loan a little faster.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that'd be nice.
And when you think about life at Willamette, you have the ability to speak to another language. You've got basketball, but there's more to that. When you come to Willamette, you're getting a good education. You're also growing. And do you think you're a whole lot of different person than 4 years ago?
I try not to think about that too much. I'd say I'm a completely different person. My parents would say I'm a completely different person in the best way possible.
What's your twin say?
Well, I mean, I still bother her every day, so she's probably just saying I'm annoying, but, she still loves me, so, yeah.
When you go out to use it, we were talking about speaking in Spanish, and I have a restaurant I go to. They always make me order in Spanish, and you said the Spanish down there is just slightly different, so it's Buenos Dias is a little different, ¿Cómo estás is different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so each country in South America has a different dialect, and so in Chile, instead of ¿Cómo estás, it was ¿Cómo estáis? And so, or ¿Cómo estáis? Sorry, that's in Spain. So it was just a little getting used to different little thing onto each end of the word, and way faster language, and tons of just slang terms. So
and that sounds like us as well, because when Europeans come over, they go, why do you say that? Why do you talk like that? We really don't speak the true English. Well, it sounds like you're ready to finish this season with more W's. As a senior, you've got a lot of opportunities to lead out there. You have a great coach. You have a lot of fun girls. It sounds like a whole lot of fun, but I'll bet you're going to miss it both at the same time.
Yeah, I think it's going to hit me after season like it always does, but I think I've gained more from this playing basketball and with the team, being at Willamette than I even know, so it's going to be hard to leave, and all my teammates are great. So
before the interview, gracias, señorita.
Yeah, de nada.
Nothing else?
Ninguna problema. Siempre.
With Beeson, I'm Mike Allegre. Thanks for joining us, everybody, and good luck to you as well here on FullAccessSports.com.